Decorative lights and illuminance lit up the extravagant Wilson family mansion. Tonight was the 70th birthday banquet of Lady Wilson, the head of the Wilson family. Her grandchildren and their spouses gathered around her to hand her their luxurious gifts. "Grandma, I heard that you love the Chinese tea. I looked high and low for this century-old pure tea worth $500,000 to present it to you. Grandma, you are a devoted Buddhist. This Buddha statue is carved from the authentic Hessian jade. It is worth $700,000." Looking at the nicely wrapped gifts in front of her, Lady Wilson laughed heartily. The entire ambience was harmonious and happy. Suddenly, Charlie Wade, Lady Wilson's eldest grandson-in-law, spoke. "Grandma, could you lend me $1 million, please? Mrs. Lewis from the welfare home is diagnosed with uremia and I need the money for her treatment." The entire Wilson family gaped in extreme shock. Everyone stared at Charlie with bewilderment and surprise. This live-in grandson-in-law was overly atrocious and bold. Not only did he not prepare a gift for Lady Wilson on her birthday, but he actually had the audacity to ask her for $1 million. 3 years ago, Lord Wilson, who was still alive and well, had come home with Charlie one day and insisted on marrying him to their granddaughter, Claire Wilson. Back then, Charlie was as poor and miserable as a beggar. Lord Wilson had passed away after they got married. Ever since then, everyone in the Wilson family tried to kick him out of the family. However, Charlie was always indifferent and nonchalant like a statue despite the insults and ridicule, and he spent his days in the Wilson family quietly as a live-in son-in-law. He was at his wits' end that he had to borrow money from Lady Wilson today. Mrs. Lewis, who had taken him in and saved his life, had uremia. She needed at least $1 million for dialysis and a kidney transplant. He had no other ideas except for asking for Lady Wilson's help. He felt that since it was her birthday today, she might be delighted to have some mercy and provide her assistance. However, Lady Wilson was still laughing gleefully when abruptly her lips curled downwards and his eyes furrowed indignantly. She hurled the teacup in her hand to the floor and growled, "B*****. Are you here to celebrate my birthday or borrow money?" Claire hurried forward and said, "Grandma, Charlie is not thinking straight. Please forgive him." She then pulled her husband aside frantically. At this moment, Wendy, Claire's cousin, sneered in disdain. "Claire, look at the piece of trash you're married to. Gerald is only my fiancé and we haven't even gotten married yet, but he gifted Grandma the jade Buddha. Look at your good-for-nothing husband. Not only did he come empty-handed, but he also has the nerve to ask Grandma for money. You're right, Charlie, we're both the grandsons-in-law of the Wilson family, but you're such a disgrace." The man who was talking was Gerald White, Wendy's fiancé, who was also the son of the wealthy family in town. Although Gerald was about to marry Wendy, in his eyes, Claire was so much more beautiful and elegant than his fiancée.